Most of the people think that I'm stupid. Yes, I'll say it. I don't know where this belief came from that when you are young, old people think that you are stupid. Not really stupid, but they mostly think you don't know what you are doing, or you don't have a plan for anything, or what you are doing. The reason I'm making this video is because I had so many arguments with people when I'm building this house. And in this, I'm going to say it's a lot of old people that they think I'm making some mistakes when building. I don't know whether they think that we are still doing things the old way, the way they used to do it, but they don't like change. I don't know whether it's the people in this area, and I'm saying that because of the most people in this area. For example, when I started building this house, um, most people started saying that I should build this house at the center of the land. I know most people usually build houses at the center, and then a guy came, actually an old man. I don't even know him. He came when I was building, as you know. Let me show you the compound. So when I started building, you see, I fenced my land with just wire mesh. You can see on this side. Let me show you here. Yeah, that's the wire mesh. We have a lot, some weeds and all that. So I fenced with wire mesh, and you see where that mabati is. That is where I had removed a bit of the wire mesh so that the materials could get in. So it was very easy for people to come in and come out of this compound with ease because there is no gate. The wire mesh is all open, and that's where the material would come in, and the fundis are in and out. So a guy came in, and when we were digging the foundation, they were trying to advise me how I should not build my house the mwisho ya shamba. I don't know whether you get me. Ati people should build their house at the center of the land just because everybody in this area is doing so and they don't have a plan. And then I was here asking the old guy, do you know the concept about front yard and backyard? And he has no idea of what I was talking about. And I was trying to explain to him that I'm a front yard person. You can see everything of mine is in the front yard. I was trying to explain to them that I'm a front yard person and not a backyard person. I don't have any business in the back of my house. I want everything measured in this area. You see, my sitting area, everything, and I have a plan drawn already how everything will fit and will look nice in the front yard. And I'm trying to explain to them about that I don't have to do anything. And they are saying that, no, you need a backyard, you need to have somewhere you can sit at the back. And I was like, why do I want to sit at the back of my house? For me, I don't have any business with that. I don't want to do that, to sit at the back. And so I was trying to explain to the guy that I don't have any business in the back of my house. The only thing that I can think of putting there is maybe a store or maybe hanging lights and nothing else. And they are arguing that you need a place at the back of the house where you can chill. And I'm like, no, I'm a front yard person. I need to sit anywhere in the house and I can see my kids playing. I can see everything that is happening in the front, or see things happening at my compound, and not, I don't have any business at the back. And they were so mad, saying me that people nowadays don't even know what they are doing. They are saying us young people are doing things differently, and it's like it's pissing them off. That's why I think they think us young people don't know what we are doing. We don't have a plan, because I was even trying to explain to someone else that a family member had brought the same argument that I should build the house in front, at the center of the land. And I was trying to tell them, this land is not that big, it's quarter an acre. I want to arrange this land that it can fit everything that I want, parking and all that. And I was trying to argue with them, explain to them that because some of them are even arguing, some of them are even arguing that, you see that gate, it's too big. Because I was telling them that the measurement for the gate, of even though the gate is not yet done, so they were trying to argue that it's too big. And I was even trying to argue with my own mother, because our gate is so small, even getting inside that gate with a car, it's a problem. And I was trying to tell them, you don't need a small gate. You have visitors who have cars, your children will buy cars, and they always struggle with that, and they think that you are not knowing what you are doing. The other argument that comes most of the time while building the house, in my house, is when people see this pergola, this kapat. You see, this pergola is so big, and people are arguing that I'm wasting space. I think they want me to make the traditional, those are not even pergola, they are like a waiting room. And I was trying to explain to some people that the reason I have this is because I want this to be a good chill spot. You see, when you're here and you can see the compound, I made sure that my house is raised. The compound is down, my house is raised, so I can see whatever is happening. I want to be seated here and I can see everybody who is coming through that gate. I can decide who is coming through that gate and who is not getting in to that gate. Because I was trying to even to explain to people, not everybody is allowed. Explain to them, not everybody is around in your compound. There are some visitors who can get into the compound, and there are some visitors who cannot get into the compound. For instance, designed my compound is that there are some people who will be talking at the gate. You are not around to get inside the house. You have no business to get inside the compound. There are some people who I can allow to get inside the compound, but the farthest they can go is this pergola. We sit down here, we discuss what you are discussing, and then you go your way. And then I have people who I can comfortably allow to pass here at the pergola and get into the house, the sitting room and all that. And that's where you can see my sitting room and my kitchen. You can see the kitchen. The kind of visitors that I allow to get into my house, they are very special. Not everybody is supposed to get in my house, and I'm very clear about that. I'm very specific, and I choose everybody who gets into the house. And I'll also tell people, not everybody is allowed to get into the house. Just don't allow anybody from anywhere to get into the house. And people who get in my house are like premium visitors. We have a connection. Even before I was building this, as I said before, I was living in a 5-bedroom house. It was on compound in Nairobi, and not everybody was getting into that house. I had specific people who I could allow to get in, not just, and I think that's a rule. Some people hate it when I say that, but that's a rule in my house. Not everybody is to get inside the house. If we don't have that special connection, or we don't have, that kind of a relationship or friendship, you are not around in. So that's why I have this compound design like that. I can see who gets in and know who should enter and who should not, who should we should talk at the gate and all that, who should be around to even reach the pergola or not. So that's another thing that people think. I think I'm stupid, or I don't get it. I think that I'm young and I'm making some very stupid decisions about that. So another thing that piss people off about this house is these big windows. You can see, like, this is the kitchen window, this is one window, we have two, and then we have, as in my house has so big windows. And I think people in this area, you can see another one, people in this area are not used to big windows of the houses. And I can't believe, I'm saying this because this is the experience that I've gotten from this area. As I said, I had no that mabati gate, so everybody could get in and out easily. I can't believe somebody came in here when I was building and was trying to convince me of how a bad decision I've made to get big windows in the house, and they could not get my perspective. And the most annoying thing is that she was saying, it was a she was saying that I've made a mistake having big windows. And the explanation was, here we have a lot of sun and it will tear curtains. Curtains itararukanga juu ya jua juu niko na dirisha kubwa. And I was like, so you want to tell me nikaange kwa nyumba iko na giza ndio curtains isiraruke? Because for me, I love natural light, and I've never stayed in a house iko na dirisha tudogo. I always went for houses with big windows. And somebody bringing an argument that ni reduce hizi dirisha because of curtains itararuriwa na jua, I don't get it. I don't know whether it's the mentality of people in the area or what. I don't get in their argument. But and the saddest thing is that with these older people, when you try to explain why you are doing things and you don't agree with their argument, they think that you are rude to them. And it reached a point, I even told the fundis that were here, nisione mtu akiingia kwa that gate. Mtu akiingia kwa that gate, even if I'm not around, anaambiwa atoke, because everybody would come with their opinions. And when you tell them, and even it's people you don't know, and you tell them, if you tell them that you don't like your opinion and you are doing things your own way, they would say that you are rude to them. And even you would hear stories with other people that you say this, sijui unawaongelesha vibaya and all that. So that's another rule that I made. I don't want to see people in this compound. So that was another argument, ati nisieke dirisha kubwa. So another argument that is about this place is my roof. This roof is high, so I wanted a cathedral ceiling. For those who know, cathedral ceiling is zile ziko juu. And the reason I wanted cathedral ceiling is because I have a plan, and I have a design I want for my house, and people are arguing that the house is too tall and all that. It's like, I did this without a plan. They assume that I'm young, I don't have a plan for what I'm doing. So trying to explain the cathedral ceiling to people, it's hectic, because they are used to these normal short ceilings. I can see, like, you see, I'll give an example. In my parents' house, imejengwa na bricks tule tudogo, and the ceiling is, so after the lintel, I think it's the ceiling, and the ceiling is so low that unashikanga hivi. If I do my hand like this, nabakisha like at this inch kushika the ceiling. So I never wanted such a thing. And if I explain that to people, they think I'm rude, or they think I know so much. I don't know. People find it hard to agree with another person's design just because they don't agree with it and all that. And that's why I think on my previous video, I just advised people to not just do what you think works best for you, and don't listen to other people and all that. So another thing that brings a lot of argument in this house, let me show you. The another argument is this pathway. This is not the normal pathway that you are used to seeing in houses. It's big. I think you can see it's big. You can move things freely here because I've experienced so many houses that has tiny. This is double the normal size of a pathway that you usually get. You see, like this one, it's double so that I can move things freely. And apart from things moving things freely, I have a plan for these walls, so they had to be that big. And now people are arguing that I'm wasting space. I don't know how you argue I'm wasting space in my own house, my own design. So they are wondering why I'm having such a big space and all that. I don't know how people cannot think, they don't want to think beyond what they know in this area. I'm sorry to say, but I'm building in up country. Most people here are used to the normal designs that they get to use. So there is this thing here, the pantry. You see, the argument of a backyard involved a pantry because they couldn't understand why I'm having a pantry. I don't want things to be stored outside, and they were arguing that I should have a backyard so that I can build a kitchen over there, and then I put a store so that I can be putting foodstuffs and all that. And I was like, I don't need all that. I can have just a pantry. And they couldn't understand that. And it surprises so many people that I don't want to have an outside kitchen. I know in an African way we are raised to have outside kitchen, but for me that's not my style. I hate outside kitchen. In our home we have an outside kitchen, and I even when I was home or I went to visit, I could not use it. I was telling my mom, I don't know how to explain this, but you have an outside kitchen that use firewood, yet you have a gas. You just go outside to cook tea with firewood. Yes, you can use a gas. So we used to argue with my mom and I was telling her, we things have become modern. You can use firewood when you are cooking things like they will take time and all that. Just kupika chai that will take only 15 minutes. Just use a gas. So if you try to explain that to people, they start saying uko na maringo and all that, hutaki kutumia kuni. I know a lot of arguments that even don't make sense. So there is another thing that people think I'm wasting space on in this house, and it's this. This is the common washroom. So people are used to tiny small common washroom, and now they are surprised when they see my common washroom. They even ask, is this the master bedroom washroom? And I'm telling them it's the common washroom. The reason why I have a big common washroom is because I want my guest to be comfortable. Remember I said I choose people who I allow. Don't worry, actually my kids are swinging here. You have to be creative. They have a swing. So the reason why I have a large common washroom is, remember I said I choose the guests who get inside my house. And if you are guests who can get inside my house and have a sleepover, I want you to be comfortable. I want you to be comfortable because if I allow you to get into the house, we have a special connection. as in ni guest naeza kubali. So and I want them to be, when they get to have a sleepover and all that, wako comfortable, hawajisqueeze kwa choo ati ukienda choo unaanza kufagia maji ama ukioga unaanza kufagia maji ndio uende choo. I don't want that. I want my guests to be comfortable, and people are not getting that a lot. So with that being said, they are also complaining that my kids' bedroom, I can't show you right now, it's very dark in there. This is my kids' bedroom. I've stored everything there, so it's dark and all that. It has it has a toilet and a bathroom, and so they are complaining I'm spoiling my kids. Why would kids have their own bathroom and whatever? And I'm like, yes, they are kids, they cannot maintain it right now. I have to maintain it for them. And just because they are kids, they are 5. I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. They will not be kids forever. In like 5 years, they will need their own privacy. And there is one rule that people hate in my house, even the previous house I used to live in. I have one rule for my kids: nobody should enter my kids' bedroom apart from me, them, and their father. That has been the rule since we got kids. Even the kids that come, even our children know that they should not let anybody or any kid in their room. They know it. And even when we had visitors with their kids and they tell them waende wakacheze kwa room yao, they have a place where they play. Even other kids, they used to tell them atupelekangi watu kwa room yetu. That's another rule that I have, and people hate it. I don't want anybody's kid in my kids' bedroom. That's their space, their special space, their private place where they go, relax and all that. They arrange their things. I know they are kids, and you agree with me, people who have kids ni watoto, but wanapanganga vitu zao. Wanaweza kuwa wamezipanga vibaya the way you don't want them to be arranged like an adult, but ni zao. I want it to be, it's a special place for them, should be private. So that rule pisses a lot of people. I don't allow hata watoto wengine when they come to play in my kids' room. It's always locked. Wakitaka kuingia wao, they get in, do whatever they are doing, get out. And that's why I usually have a guest room in my house, because that is where even the other kids will go to sleep and all that. Nobody should share a bed with my kid. If I want them to share a bed with other kids that have come for a sleepover, what I usually do, I have a tent. I know this will seem weird. People say that it's stupid or all that. I usually have a tent, and that's what I set. If wanataka kulala pamoja, I set the tent, nawaekea mattresses kwa tent, maybe juu their kids, they will not sleep outside, maybe kwa sitting room or any other room, and then they will share that, but not in my kids' bedroom. That another rule that people think I'm stupid, crazy. I don't know. I've heard a lot of theories about that, but that my rule. Bedrooms are out of bound for anybody. If you are not a member of this family, you are not allowed to the bedroom. Just do your business anywhere else, but bedrooms, hata za watoto wangu, that's a no-no. So I think that's it for today. I was just trying to explain that it's so hard for us young people to do the things we do, and people will not understand them. They think that we are crazy, or we don't have a plan, or we don't have anything that we want to do with whatever we are doing. I don't know whether you guys have experienced such a thing. Maybe you can share any of the experience you have with people that think that just because you are young, you are making weird decision which makes sense to you, but to them they don't make a lot of sense. So I think that's it for today, guys, and I'll see you on my next one.